Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Wendy and I thought I would do a quick video kind of introducing myself and what you can expect to see here on my channel. So I am on a weight loss mission, so that is going to be part of it, but it is not going to just be about my weight loss. There's more to life than just trying to lose weight. I'm also going to be sharing my many adventures around Central Florida. My wife and I love to get out and about. Also going to be sharing some recipes that are helping me on my weight loss mission. I hope you will enjoy what you see. If you do, subscribe and hit that notification button. I will upload videos. I don't really have a set schedule, but make sure you're notified whenever I do. Weight loss, let's talk about that for a second. I have struggled and struggled with my weight since I was a child. It's forever. It has been a roller coaster ride. Lose 100 pounds, gain 100 pounds, lose 100, blah, blah, blah. Wash, rinse, repeat. So I've done everything, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig. I've even had the lap band surgery. And not really going to get into a whole lot of that. I still have the lap band, don't have any saline. So there's very minimal restriction. It's not doing much as far as helping me lose weight. What is helping is WW, formerly known as Weight Watchers. I'm on the blue plan and I love it. It is not restrictive at all. If I want to eat a cookie, I can eat a cookie as long as I want to use my points for that cookie. They don't tell you what you can eat, what you can't eat. They just tell you how much everything is in points. You get a set daily amount of points. You also get weekly points. So if you've got a special occasion like Valentine's Day coming up, you've got a little cushion for the week. Got your daily points, your weekly points. Then you also can earn fitness points for being active throughout the week. Between those, you pretty much can eat whatever you want to within reason. Don't be crazy. You know, you can't just go out and eat a chocolate cake and still lose weight. It don't work that way, baby. Since June 2020, which is when I joined WW, I have lost 43 pounds. I am a bit of a plateau right now the last 3 weeks. It hasn't moved really one way or the other. So I'm still holding at 43, which is frustrating, but I know if I'm patient, the scale will start moving in the right direction. My wife and I, as I said, we live in Central Florida. And so the other part of my channel is just basically following along on some of our adventures. I posted recently a video from the Festival of the Arts over at Epcot at Disney World. That was a lot of fun. If you're interested, I'll share the link below. Although I don't have that many videos, it's not going to be that hard to find. But I will link it in the description box below if you're interested in that. So much fun. The third part of my channel, I'm going to be doing some recipes. Today, in fact, I'm going to do a couple recipes. I'm going to do a chili, and that's going to be for my week. Today is Sunday, but it's technically my Monday. It's the beginning of my work week. I like to get some stuff prepped to make everything easy all week long. I'm also going to be making some French toast casserole, which is so good. The blueberry French toast casserole, so it's really good. That's what we're doing today. I'll be sharing both recipes here shortly, so stick around. And if you like what you see, again, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you do get notified whenever I upload something new. Welcome to my channel, guys. All right, guys, this is what we're going to need to make the chili. I am using turkey because it is 0 points on blue. It does have to be the 99% fat-free in order to qualify for 0 points. So make sure you check, and this is 99% fat-free, so this will be 0. Basically, everything in here is going to be 0 points, with the exception of the chili mix itself, because it does have calories. But it is coming in, if I use the whole thing, which I will, it's going to be 3 points for the chili mix. Everything else, the bushes, make sure you are scanning your Bush's beans as well as the Hunt's tomatoes. Some of them do have points. These do not. So the Bush's seasoned recipe and the Hunt's diced garlic and oregano, they all have 0 points regardless of how many servings you do. And then of course the onion is a vegetable, it has 0 points. So 3 points for the chili mix, that's it. This will come in depending on how many servings you make. I usually plug in 6 servings. That's going to be 1 point for 1 serving. So if I make the servings a little smaller and get 7 to 8 servings out of it, it will end up being a 0-point chili. So it just depends on how many servings you end up portioning out for yourself. So I usually do 6, like I said, so this will be 1 point per serving for me. So I'm just going to chop up some onion and get it started first, and then once it gets a little soft, I'm going to add in the turkey and some garlic and some other good stuff and saute that for a little bit until the turkey is cooked. And then I'm going to be adding everything over into the crock pot to actually slow cook all day. So that is the plan for step 1. Alright, so just a little salt and pepper at first. I'm not using any oil because that's going to add points, but this is a non-stick pan, so I don't usually have any issues with that. So just going to saute these for a little bit until they get soft. The onions have gotten a little soft now, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my turkey. Also going to add in some garlic powder. I'm a huge fan of garlic. My wife, not so much, but she doesn't really eat this, so I get to add as much as I want. This is ready. The onions are nice and translucent, turkey's cooked. So now we're going to transition over to my crock pot and add everything up, mix it up good, and then just let it do its thing. Alright, so we're just going to add everything into the crock pot. My diced tomatoes. Now I don't drain my black beans. I know a lot of people prefer to drain them, but I don't. You do you, boo. You want to drain them, but I don't. And I do use 2 cans of this because I just really like to beef it up a little bit, and I love black beans, so I just always use 2. I think the chili packet actually just calls for 1 can of black beans, but again, you do you. And I'm going to sprinkle this in. Gonna have to add a little water to this as well. All good and mixed. I'm gonna set this on low and just let it cook throughout the day, and I'll be back when it's finished later on tonight and let you see what it looks like. So it's been a few hours, probably 5 or 6 or so. I kind of lost count, and we're looking like we're done. It smells heavenly. My wife just got home and told me how delicious it smells as soon as she walked in the door. I'm just going to get it portioned up into my little portion containers, and we'll see exactly how many this exact recipe will make, and that will also help determine the overall total number of points per serving. Alright, so I've got it all portioned up. It made exactly 6 servings. Again, if you wanted to lower the points, you can make these smaller servings, but this is a perfect serving size for me. It's a little less than 2 cups. So this will come in at 1 point per serving. But if you do smaller servings, of course, that'll drop it down to 0 points, but that's totally up to you. All right, y'all, this is what we're gonna need to make the French toast casserole. And so I started with 6 slices of the Sara Lee delightful 45 calorie bread. It's the white bread. For 6 slices, that's going to be 7 points on blue, WW Blue. Gonna need 3 eggs, which are 0 smart points. We're gonna need 3/4 of a cup of skim milk, which is 2 smart points. We're gonna need 49 milliliters of the sugar-free breakfast syrup, and that will be 0 smart points. A little bit of vanilla, which is 0. The blueberries are 0, and I'll be using about a teaspoon, maybe less, of the stevia. Stevia is pretty sweet. It seems to me much sweeter than sugar, so I don't tend to use very much of it. So altogether, this recipe will make 2 servings, or I make it into 2 servings. You could make it into 4 or however many you want, but I get 2 good size portions for only 5 smart points on Blue. So let's get this put together. It has to sit overnight, so I won't actually be baking this today, but I do have to get everything prepped and in the fridge to soak up all the goodness, and we'll bake it tomorrow. I went ahead and cut up bread because y'all don't need to see me cut up bread. So you just basically cube it and put it in a pan. I sprayed it a little butter flavored Pam on there. So just cut up your 6 slices of bread, throw it in there. Last time I put the blueberries on top, and I wasn't really crazy about that. So I think this time what I'm going to do is kind of mash them just a little bit and then just mix them in with the egg mixture and then pour it over and see if I like that better, because the blueberries just kind of rolled off, and I don't know. I think it would just be better if the blueberry flavor was all throughout instead of just sitting on top. So however you want to do it, I've already tried it, just sprinkling them on top at the end, but I'm going to try to do it a different way this time. So I'm going to take my blueberries. I'm going to squish them a little bit. Okay, maybe I'm going to squish them a lot. All right. So now I've got them all nice and squished. I'm going to add 3 eggs. Oh, I knew I was going to do it. I knew as soon as I started filming this, I was going to forget how to do one-handed egg breaking. So, luckily it was all one piece. Let's just do 2. Let's not risk anything here. So we got our 3 eggs. We're going to need 3/4 of a cup of milk. One. This is a 1/4 cup, so I'm doing 3 of these. And I'm not really going to measure my vanilla too much. I'm just going to use the cap. My mama used to do it this way, and I'm just going to continue in how mama did it. So just a little capful of the vanilla extract. Now for the breakfast syrup, I have found that the easiest way to do this is by weight. Highly recommend getting a scale whenever you're doing any kind of weight loss journey, whether it's Weight Watchers or whatever. It's much more accurate than trying to use a cup or anything else, even when you measure out a serving of chips or whatever. It always provides you with its measurement by weight, and I just find it's so much more accurate because you know you truly have the exact amount of the serving that you're trying to get. So turn it on, and we're going to be using the milliliter function. It has different units. You can do milliliters, ounces, pounds, fluid ounces, grams, and then back to milliliters. So I'm going to be using 49 milliliters of this because I figured on my app that's the most in weight that I can have before it clicks over to count as 1 point. So I'm going to set this on here. I've got it set to milliliters. You got to zero it out so it doesn't count all that. So just hit the little button there. It zeroes it out, and then I'm just going to add 49 or add until this says 49 has been added. This will also help with the sweetness of it, and it really gives it great flavor. So we're at 36, 43, 45, 46, 48, and this is the scary part, We don't want it to go over. 49 exactly. Awesome. All right, so now we've got that. We can move our scale. We won't need it for anything else. All right, so now we're just gonna whisk all this together. Oh, I almost forgot. I am gonna add just a little bit of the stevia. Not a lot. This is a teaspoon. I'm just getting just that much of a teaspoon, like half a teaspoon, I guess. Because it really does taste sweeter to me than regular sugar, so it can overpower very quickly, so use sparingly. All right, so we've got all of our ingredients. We're just gonna mix it all up together. Get all my blueberries out of my whisk. And then you're just gonna pour it over. You wanna make sure that you get everything covered, because if this has to sit and soak, and you want to make sure that everything gets covered with the egg mixture just so that it bakes properly tomorrow. So just when you're pouring it, don't just pour it right in the center, just kind of slowly add it all the way around the edges especially. And then just start going over the top. Yeah, I think I'm going to like the blueberries this way better, because they're getting down toward the bottom and they're not so much right here on just the top layer. Make sure you got everything covered really well. So then the only thing left to do is cover it, throw it in the fridge overnight, and then we will bake this tomorrow at 350 for about 30 minutes. All this egg mixture is going to get really good and absorbed up in the bread, and it's going to be yummy tomorrow for my breakfast. So I'll show you guys tomorrow what this looks like, and we'll have a taste test. So this is sat overnight, and it's looking scrumptious just as is, but you know, there's still raw egg in there, so ooh, we gotta bake it. So I've preheated my oven for 350 degrees, and I'm gonna bake this I'm gonna check on it after about 20 minutes. It sometimes can take up to 30, depending on your oven. So check it after 20, bake a little longer if you need to, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when she comes out. So we're finished baking it. I did end up baking it for 35 minutes. And so now let's take a look, see what she looks like. And yes, I have a Mickey hand. All right. Ooh, it smells delicious. There we go. She's done. I'm going to let her cool for a bit. And then, like I said, I use this as 2 servings, but again, it's up to you. You get to determine the total number of servings in any recipe that you create on the Weight Watchers app. There is a place where you can go in and actually tell it how many servings are in the recipe that you just created. So I put in 2. It tells me this is 5 points to eat half of this, and it's pretty filling. And so yeah, I just do it 2. It's a pretty big piece. If you can see, it is pretty substantial for 5 points. Again, you could cut it into fourths if you want and make it fewer points, but I'm okay with eating 5 points for breakfast. I hope you guys have enjoyed these recipes today, and I look forward to making some more videos and sharing it with you guys. So make sure again you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you are notified the next time I upload a new video. Thanks again for coming by. Have a spectacular day.